How old were you when you first had alcohol?
9.
Barrymore was born in Culver City, California, to American actor John Drew Barrymore and aspiring actress Jade Barrymore, who was born in a displaced persons camp in Brandenburg, West Germany, to Hungarian World War II refugees. Through her father, Barrymore has 3 older half-siblings, including actor John Blyth Barrymore. Her parents divorced in 1984, when Barrymore was 9. Drew Blyth Barrymore, born February 22, 1975, is an American actress, producer, talk show host, and author, a member of the Barrymore family of actors. She is the recipient of several accolades, including a Golden Globe Award and a Screen Actors Guild Award, in addition to nominations for a British Academy Film Award and 5 Emmy Awards. She received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2004. Barrymore grew up on Poinsetta Place in West Hollywood until she moved to Sherman Oaks at the age of 7. In her 2015 memoir, Wildflower, she says she talks like a valley girl because she grew up in Sherman Oaks. She moved back to West Hollywood upon becoming emancipated at age 14. Barrymore attended elementary school at Fountain Day School in West Hollywood and Country School. In the wake of her sudden stardom, Barrymore endured a notoriously troubled childhood.
How old were you when you first had alcohol?
9.
And then, well, how did you start to drink? So the usual way, somebody said, have a drink of this.
Right. Well, I had grown up very fast, and it's not very normal to see a 9-year-old at a big Hollywood party drinking. And it looks a little weird, and people were laughing and just saying, you know, I dare you to do this, and I did, and I got really drunk. And it was such a scary, frightening feeling, yet it was such an escape from everything else in the world that I had a very liking to it. And
do you think that ran in the family? Because, I mean, there were generations of Barrymores who were keen on the drink.
Yeah, my whole family was definitely, they were all drinkers, and they abused it. And they say it's hereditary, and I'm sure it is, because I have a long list of it. But,
and what about the drugs?
That started when I was around 10 and 11, and
Who gave you your first drug, for goodness sake?
As I said then, they were friends, but they weren't really friends. And to me, it just seemed normal. All the people I were around did it, and I thought it was a way of life that was just normal to be living.
She was a regular at Studio 54 as a young girl, and her nightlife and constant partying became a popular subject with the media.
That great escape that you look for when you're younger, or actually at any age in your lifetime, you look for that escape to get away from your problems in life. And when you do drugs, your problems in normal life seem so much bigger that you just, you kind of do more just to get away from them.
It's kind of complete downward
It's a complete downhill cycle that you just get caught up into, and either you make it out or you don't, and it's very scary.
She was placed in rehab at the age of 13 and spent 18 months in an institute for the mentally ill. A suicide attempt at 14 put her back in rehab, followed by a 3-month stay with singer David Crosby and his wife. The stay was precipitated, Crosby said, because she needed to be around some people that were committed to sobriety. Barrymore described the period of her life for Little Girl Lost.
The place with all the barbed wire? Yeah, that's it. I was a real wild child, and I just got so out of control that no one knew what to do with me. And so my mom called a friend because her daughter was out of control, and
They drove me here in the middle of the night and they walked me right through those 2 doors. And when you go through those 2 doors, you do not come out. And I was there for a year and a half. And I hated it. I kicked, I screamed. One minute you're at movie premieres and clubbing, and the next minute you're in a full-blown institution with barbed wire everywhere, and you can't get out.
After a successful juvenile court petition for emancipation, she moved into her own apartment at the age of 15. Her films compiled a worldwide box office gross that stood at over $2.3 billion. According to the Hollywood Reporter's annual Star Salary Top 10, she was tied for 8th place on the top 10 list of actresses' salaries, combining $10 to $12 million per film for 2006. Barrymore became the youngest person to have hosted Saturday Night Live, having hosted on November 20th, 1982, at the tender age of 7 years old. A record that still remains unbroken as of 2021. On February 3rd, 2007, Barrymore hosted Saturday Night Live for the 5th time, making her the 2nd female host in the show's history to do so. She hosted again on October 10th, 2009, becoming the 1st female to host 6 times. In lieu of the tragic, notoriously troubled childhood of Drew Barrymore, I ask you, where were the parents? If you like more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share. I'll see you next time on another episode of Where Were the Parents?
Well, that whole you can't just say no, because they don't listen. I didn't listen, and other friends of mine didn't listen. You have to really understand where your kid's coming from a parent, and you have to let go and turn it over to either a higher power, whatever you believe in, and have a lot of patience and understanding and really help your kid.